So hi, One of the Good Noise podcast. I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
and we're here with
Jack.
Cal.
And Birdie, and we're the losing score.
Good job, guys.
Thank
And we're gonna
you.
have some questions to say about their new album, "Learn to Let This Go." So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to it so far?
Ooh, it's been pretty good. It's been, I think, better than we expected. Like it's been much better than all of our other releases. Lots of random people who we've never spoke to, or maybe not even heard our band before, are listening to it. And yeah, it's been really sick. And we recently finished a tour for the album in the UK, and just having loads of random people coming to the shows and singing words to that album, but not like our old songs, is really weird, because usually it's the other way around. But songs that are like 6 weeks old have been sang, and the songs that are 4 years old haven't. And it's just like, it's cool. It's cool.
That's cool.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Album rocks.
It
Like,
does.
super hard.
Thank you.
I'm
Yeah,
glad.
well, you two have been super nice about it. Thank you so much.
Of course, I'm glad we're finally here chatting about it. It's been very hard to get all five of us in a room together, a virtual room. So I'm glad we're all here.
Yeah. So is there any meaning behind the album title or cover art?
So basically, I had long hair. Grew it out over COVID.
Mhm.
We were in a lockdown for like on and off for like a year and a half, I guess. And I don't think many people had haircut the whole time, or they did it themselves or something. So I think we came up with the album name first. I think we were just sort of spitballing ideas and like going off themes of what the album's sort of about, like, and then we just thought, "Learn to Let This Go," because it's literally in the first song, like it's like the final lyrics of the first song, and it just sounds good on its own. So we went with that, and then we were like, well, I kind of need a haircut anyway, and they were like, we should just like look like we're cutting your hair for the artwork. And then because we were trying to find what album covers we like, I think photo shoots that we like and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I think Callum pointed us towards a Haim album artwork, where they're just sitting like, or standing in like a bar or something, and we were like, that looks so sick. And then we were just like combining the ideas of like letting something go, being my hair, and then the actual coolness of just the band being in a place, and it just looks kind of cool.
Yeah, we've always liked having photos as well, because like our first EP was a drawing, but then we did Close for Season, and that was a photo, and people who had never heard of us were just seeing the EP art and being like, oh, that looks sick. And I think that was pretty cool that it came across that way. But I also think we said before, like, we think it's a cool representation of like how we are and were when we wrote and recorded the album. So of course right now we all look somewhat similar, but like 10 years down the line we'll be looking back at us as little babies, for our first album on the cover, and it'll be cool on like the 50th anniversary tour. We'll
do a 50th
reminisce.
anniversary update where we actually shave Jack's head bald, completely clean. That'll be
Oh
the
my
updated
God.
version
Any
for it.
It's not
remaining
already.
hair at that point?
Yeah, the stubble that's left.
Right.
I hope that for the 50th anniversary tour, you guys are already starting to put holds on venues for that. Just in case.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The
Good.
Ticketmaster prices they're surging already.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Pre-sale is tomorrow.
Oh shit.
God.
Well, I'm gonna have to sit this one out. I'm sorry. I'm broke right now. List me, please.
That's fine.
So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for this album?
Oh, it's some of the songs on it are much older than the others. Like I'd say it's about 50-50 older songs than newer songs. And I didn't sort of start off thinking, hey, let's write an album all in one go. It was more like I'm just writing songs here and there, and eventually they sort of came together in this list, and I was like, okay, that song kind of sucks, but that one's okay. And I was just kind of ranking them like that. And then the ones that I like the most, I was showing them to the guys, and they're very blunt on if they really like a song or not. And usually it's a great response. But I was our oldest song on the album is Junk Sleep, that was written right after our first EP, so in 2018. So like to
Wow.
have that song out now, like 4 years later, is really cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we were meant to put it on our last EP, but we didn't have time and stuff. And I think like Pappy's Pyramid was written in 2019, so it's cool to just like start getting scraps of stuff together and then writing new stuff on there, because it's sort of like a combination of how I've been feeling across different years, and there's different influences from like times of my life and the music I was listening to, etc. So that's what I think.
And then like Brody sort of alluded to, he'll bring the songs to us. We're brutally honest on whether or not we like it, and then usually like it will go from there. And like there's songs that have changed quite dramatically from like when he's brought them to us, like as they're like only sort of like he's shown it meaning for it to be sort of acoustic, and then he brings it, and then we sort of change it like to what it is now.
Yeah.
One of the biggest ones, because I think with our music before this, it was very much like especially with the first EP, Jack was away at uni and me and Callum were together at college, but we were never like we were never able to be together in a room writing songs. So I just wrote this EP and I'm like, here are these songs, let's make them full band and just record. But with this, it was a bit more like, okay, here's an idea and we'll just chip away at it. And I think a big example, which was Calm Before the Storm, the closing track. I really liked the first half, and the last half sucked. I was like, this sucks. I don't like it. I just got to it and I was like, I can't ruin this song by having this ending. And then Jack had like done a little keyboardy thing, and he was like, I don't like the lyrics, but I like the melody. So I took the melody and I put some new lyrics to it, and it chucked it on the end of the song. And it was cool to have more of like a collaborative effort for things like that. And same with like just popping little like little riffs or little lyrics and things like that in there. And I think in the studio it sort of comes together a little bit more as well when you're working with a producer, which we weren't able to do with Closed for Season because it was the pandemic. So yeah, having a producer in the room was really sick, because then they add on their idea of riffs, or maybe shorten that or add this, and yeah, it kind of comes to life a bit more in the studio too. So
Absolutely.
Sure. So what song off this album took longest to write, and which one is each of your own personal favorite?
See, it's funny because Junk Sleep's like the oldest, but I think it just happened so quickly, because at the time if you listen to the lyrics, you'll realize that you'll probably get an idea of the sort of headspace and stuff I was in. So I wrote that real quick. But that is the oldest one, and it took us the longest to actually use and do, and I'm quite glad we waited until now, because I feel like if we'd put it on an older release, it wouldn't have been quite ready.
Mhm.
But I think, the first single, Peachy Keen Avril Lavigne, was one that was like, I had the riff for a while and I couldn't think of what to do with it. I was like, I'm gonna ruin this song if I rush it, if I just put it to something I don't like. Kind of the same with the opener, Maybe If I Try Hard Enough. That was like a completely different song, probably around the same time as Junk Sleep, and it's embarrassing. I found the original lyrics the other day and it's really bad. And and so I'm glad I was like, I'll just rework it completely. And for ages I couldn't get it right, but then in the end we did it, and I still wasn't too sure about it. But the producer Sam Bloor, who made the album, was like, I think this is my favorite on the album. I was like,
Nice.
okay, cool, someone likes it.
Mhm.
What are your guys' favorites? I think I know, but
Go on, Jack. You probably quite certain on yours.
Okay. I think my favorite is Junk Sleep by far. I don't know why. Well, I know why actually. It's because it's like probably one of our heavier sounding songs. It's more like stuff I would listen to instead of stuff we would be defined by, sort of thing.
Mhm.
So it's kind of more in the field of what I'm interested in, but like I think it's like lyrically, it's like resonates with me a lot, and it's just really powerful. And like every time I hear it, or every time we play it live, just like when it kicks in, I'm just like, I feel powerful right now. I feel like I'm gonna go Super Saiyan.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
he like completely lost his voice before our show in London and still screamed the end of the song.
Oh my god.
So in
Oh,
beast
yeah.
mode,
It just gives
unleashes
you different
something
kind of
in him.
energy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think, mine's a bit of a toss up between probably I'd say either Dream of You or probably Pappy's Pyramid. I feel like Dream of You is the sort of epic song we've got out of the entire discography. I mean, it was just like the entire time recording it, I was just like, wow, this is our song and not something we're listening to, which is kind of incredible to admit, really.
Oh.
And then Pappy's Pyramid is just like a fun time to play, fun time to listen to, just a straight banger, you know.
There are a lot of straight bangers on this record.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree with Cal with especially with Dream of You. That's one of my favorites. I think Brand New Person is funny because it was one that I was really unsure of if it would even make the cut when we first wrote it, but it really came alive in the studio with like the solo and the bridge where I'm singing the low bit and Jack's singing the higher, like sort of distancy bit. And kind of I think Vacant's grown on me a lot since the tour. Like we were playing that on, like that one was sort of one that I think people sort of skip over a little bit. It leaves the least amount of impact, but we were playing that on tour and I had so much fun playing that, and I'm kind of all about it now.
Nice. Hell yeah. So how'd the track list for the album come about? Did you guys write the opener be the opener, closer be a closer? Did you shuffle it around and see what fits? What was that process like?
I think Karma for the Storm was always just like, this song's either going to open it or close it. We just don't know which yet. And it just seemed too soft to open it with.
Good call.
But I think I think it made a bit more sense in the studio with like how side A ended with Dream of You. So it's like Cal said, it's like this big epic kind of song and it has this cool ending. And then side B starts with Brand New Person. It's sort of like this, in my mind, it's like this clear cut. I'm not sure if it's the same with everyone else. So that always sort of made sense. But then I guess it's like we shuffled things around a little bit in the middle. But yeah, I think it was kind of easy. We weren't like making loads of different versions of it, were we? Being like, no, this one.
Yeah,
It just sort of
I think it
happened.
was just as we recorded each song, it sort of felt like that was the natural track listing with it, really. So it was pretty much just the simple process of just, yeah, these are the openers, that's the end. These ones sort of flow naturally, so that was pretty much it. Yeah.
Fair enough. You mentioned like a side A and a side B. When you guys were kind of crafting the track list, were you thinking vinyl?
I mean, it's like always been a bit of a, at the time it was like a bit of a pipe dream, like, oh, we'd love to have it on vinyl someday, but we probably can't do it ourselves. But I kind of think of that anyway. Like I like to pace it. Like in my head, I especially think of like Cosmic Thrill Seekers by Prince Daddy. It's like you've got the sections. I love thinking of it like the sections, and it's kind of like that. And I do really like a definitive sort of middle point, because then you can have this kind of epic like mid closer. It's like a mid-season finale of something, you know. But then it just worked nicely on vinyl, and I realized we sent the masters off to the label to put on vinyl and hadn't actually told them where we wanted side A to end. Side B to stuff. We're like, oh my god, please make sure. And they knew. They're like, oh yeah, obviously ends here and starts there. And I was like, yes, good, nice, okay. That's all right.
I think the way that it's structured kind of goes with how we see albums that we like as well. Like Brody said, like Cosmic Thrill Seekers in sections got a definitive like sections. Like I think a lot of Jeff Rosenstock albums in my head, like there's side A's and side B's. Even if I'm just listening on Spotify, I like in my head that's side A, that's side B. You know, pretty much we visualize like all the albums we listen to, I think, into that. So it came kind of naturally to us to separate the album that we're making like that as well.
For sure.
Yeah. I've just got a question, Jack. You said that about Jeff Rosenstock. On Worry, where's the start of side B?
Before that massive medley.
Do you think?
I think that's
See,
where side B starts.
I don't know if it's Pietro 60 years old or Blast Damage Days. I don't know. I was sorry. This is like an internal conversation we could have at any time, but it just made me think.
Okay.
We're all good.
So you had mentioned, because obviously we're talking about vinyl, and you mentioned when you guys were kind of putting the track list together, it was a pipe dream to have the record on vinyl. So was this entire thing recorded and then pitched around and was picked up by Counterintuitive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on. Go on.
I messaged Jake. I think I'd sent Jake our last EP, and he was like, "Yeah, cool, I'll listen to it." And I don't know if he did or whatever. And then with the album, I was just a bit like, "Hey, do you want to hear the demos, or do you just want to hear us when it's finished?" And he was like, "I'll just wait till it's finished." It's like, "Ah, shit, I wanted to send it you now," and I'm kind of glad we waited because obviously the album sounds better. But we were always a bit like, okay, cool, we'll send it to Counterintuitive, and then it's sort of like they were here, and then there was the rest of the list of labels was here. You know, there was a gap.
Yeah.
And I was like, once we send it to them, and they obviously say no or just ignore us, whatever, we'll go on to look at other labels, and then they didn't, and we sent them the album, and like a couple days later, Jake was like, "Cool, what's your email? I'm gonna send you a deal," and it was like, fuck.
Shit. We weren't expecting this.
Yeah. I'm sorry to my grandparents who might be watching this. And it was very much like, we were obviously like, well, yeah, we're obviously going to do it, but we kind of got to be smart. We got to talk to people, and we talked to various, I talked to various people who ran labels or worked for labels and stuff like that, who I didn't say who it was. So there was no bias. And they were just like, oh yeah, that's a cool deal. Yeah, you should do that. Or like, and all this, we got a bit of insider knowledge, and we were pretty happy with it. And yeah, we just went for it. We didn't send it to anyone else. Maybe we could be signed to Sony right now, but we don't care.
Fuck a Sony.
Yeah, we don't care. Warner Music? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Come on.
Sick to making headphones, Sony.
Yeah, exactly.
Headphones. So would you guys be able to tell us where Headspace is at while you were creating this record?
I mean, I'll say on the behalf of when it came to like recording it, I think individually, I think us three all being together for, I think it was a total of 2 weeks, wasn't it? All together?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I think a total of us having that time to actually be together, not only just recording, but just like hanging out after recording or just waiting in the studio before Sam came, was just a good sort of bonding experience from times of not being able to see each other between like work scheduling, obviously a lot of from the pandemic and stuff like that. So I feel like it was a good morale boost for mentality and stuff like that. And obviously I feel like that definitely went into the recording and like the sound and everything of the aspect of the album. So I think it was a very positive one, as much as Jack almost, went to A&E and stuff like that. It was a good time. It was a good time for spiritual, maybe not physical. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. But I'm not sure if you have A&E in America, but that's just the emergency room, basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he split his head open on a diffusion panel, like a piece of wood sticking out the wall for like acoustics and stuff.
What?
Yeah. Oh god. Okay, so let's try and tell this story like so Sam doesn't like get done for it. But basically, I just it was like the last song that I recorded on drums or something, and I went down to pick up my water bottle, and there's like this wooden like diffuser blocks behind me to like I guess something to do with the sound. So I went down, picked up my water bottle, and then I got back up and I hit my head on the wall, and I was like, that hurts a bit. But I didn't realize until I basically went like for a bit of a walk after, and I looked in a mirror in like this toilet, and I had like a massive cut on my head where I'd hit it. I didn't realize it was like a gaping wound, and it was like there's like blood coming out. It was pretty nuts. And I went back to the guys and I was like, I think I should probably go to the hospital.
He came out with a sandwich and drink in his hands. Like, where have you been? He was like, I think I might go to the hospital.
Yeah. So the whole rest of the day, they were tracking guitars and bass or whatever, and I was just at the hospital. And then I got to the hospital after like 4 hours of waiting or something, and they were like, there's nothing really we could do. Like, I can't even really clean it. It's not even that deep, and it's already dried and like healed. And I'm like, oh, fucking great. What a waste of my time.
And I gave you like like the cheapest, most ineffective painkillers ever as well, didn't they? Like, there you go,
Yeah.
and just sort of sent you back.
And I was like, I wasn't gonna go, but I was like, maybe I'll get a concussion or something, you know,
Mhm.
like what I need to be seen. And they were like, no, you're fine. Just it's healed already. Go back. And I'm like, great.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you're good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm glad
thanks.
there was no like stitches or anything, because like if you were just walking around, there's like a giant hole in your head. I probably
That's what I'm like-
you're telling the story. I can visualize it, and I would probably throw up. I'm just being honest.
What? I didn't know you're queasy like that.
Oh, bro, I'm over here like, when is this fucking story gonna end, dude?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
So when the answer to how was Jack's headspace during recording, it was
Open.
painful.
Yeah.
Empty.
Yeah, open. Yeah, open.
My head space was open. Yeah.
Oy. No. No.
Cal's right there with like the whole hanging out. Like, as you notice, we've been trying to make this podcast happen for like 2 months because
Before the record,
just getting the
from the second
Well, it was-
before you guys even announced it, you were like, "We've got this record coming out," like months ago.
the album's been out for like over 2 months as well. Well, it just getting the three of us together like on one night together is difficult as it is, let alone trying to get you guys' busy schedule together. It's difficult. So much like the tour we just did, doing music stuff is just like real nice to be able to hang out and and when you're recording quite vulnerable songs and stuff, I think it's nice to be close and not just feel like you're just coming and going and you don't really see each other. And we recorded all like the group vocals and stuff genuinely just in a room together around the microphone at the same time. It's not like we all just went in by ourselves and did it. It's like we did it together, and it was nice and it was cool and it was cute.
Hell yeah.
Aw, that's good.
So how do you guys recommend your fans to listen to this album for the first time? Should they do it in the car with friends, in the dark with headphones on? Is it a workout album, party album? What do you guys personally recommend?
Ooh. Walking to the hospital.
No.
That's fucked up. That's fucked.
I used to when I was learning it, and like the months between actually having it released, and the only way of listening to it was a private SoundCloud link. I would listen to it going to and from work. So, it's like I can't really remember how long the actual track listing is in total in terms of time, but it's like pretty much the time it would take me to get to work and then back. So I'd listen to the first half on my way to work and the last half back. So that's a pretty good way of doing it, I think.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think there's definitely some like more upbeat kind of like fun songs that, like you said, if you're in a car with friends or whatever, be fun. But then some definitely a few that's a bit more like chilling in the dark or whatever. There's a variety on there. I think there's a variety. So
Sure.
wherever you want to listen to it,
Just as long as you're listening.
just as
Exactly.
long as exactly.
What about you, Kel? Where would you recommend?
I mean, I think Brody's pretty much said what I was going to say. I mean, the opposite of, listening to the track list in a car would be, I don't know, in a blanket on a nice warm house in a autumn evening, listening to
Oh,
sad songs, just
Pumpkin
chilling out, or on
spice latte.
some Sony headphones, You never
Sony.
know.
Oh,
Yeah.
god damn it.
Some Sony headphones, you never know.
Mhm.
listening to the on a walk. No, what they called? What's the Microsoft thing? Zune. Listening on the Microsoft
Oh, I
Zune.
miss Zunes. Oh my
Or you can
God.
You
listen to
don't
it on a
miss
Sony
Zunes.
Walkman.
Yes, I do. I do.
Or you do not miss Zunes.
I
Oh
miss
my
I miss
goodness.
watching Transformers on my little Zoom. It was so great.
Of course you had a
Amazing.
Zune.
What did you
You're
not?
like,
Are you
I had
jelly
an
Shane?
iPod.
Oh,
Or you're like the
ew.
one person keeping them in business.
I'm proud of it. All right.
Wow, I respect it. Actually, I do.
Yeah. I just wanted to say before we move on to the next question, Brody, is that like a drawing of an Among Us character in the back?
Jack fucking-
Yeah, that's like a year old almost.
It's a little sus.
It is a little
Dude.
sus. It's so it was like an Among Us ghost. I
Mhm.
think I drew it last Halloween actually. It
Really?
was like, oh, it's a ghost and it's Among Us. And then it was my birthday at the start of December, so I drew a little party hat on it and it's got a
Aw.
balloon. And now I feel like I probably couldn't get it off the board because it's been there for so long that I'd need like bleach to like scrub
Yeah.
it off. So he's just staying there now, I think. So
Staple
he
to
fits.
set.
thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
thank
love
you.
it.
He's a part of the family.
I just wanted to acknowledge it. I've been like glancing at it every so often. I'm like, am I losing my mind, or is that an Among Us character?
I'm really glad I'm not like work for like a company where I have to go Zoom interviews and I just got that in the background or something.
Oh my God.
Really, the real reason why it took so long to schedule this was because the fourth member of the losing score just couldn't clear his schedule. He couldn't get the balloon out
Yeah,
of
he's
his
too
hand.
busy.
Yeah.
But he's made it. Luckily, he's
Yeah.
made it.
Thank God.
He
Yeah.
is an imposter.
He's
Oh, God.
he's not much of a talker though. He just sort of
He just
He's
he's
chills.
the
still
looker of the
lurks.
band.
It's okay.
Yeah. So this one should be super, super quick off the top of your heads. I want you guys to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. 3 words each, 9 total. No more, no
Oof.
less.
Jack, you okay over there? No pressure.
Mm.
That's such a hard question.
No pressure, dude.
Okay, let me have a think.
No pressure. Just as fast as you can.
Should have been done
I
already,
mean,
honestly.
sad but fun. That's
That's
3
good.
words.
There
That's
you
good.
go. Yeah. Thank you.
Energetic, deep, and diverse.
That's
There
good.
you go.
My 3 words are by the vinyl.
There you
plug.
go. Oh
And
my God.
Brody, where can you buy the vinyl?
Can I say this in more than 3 words?
Yeah.
Yeah, just we're asking.
It's a follow-up
You can
question.
buy it. You can buy it from the Counterintuitive Records store, either the US store or the UK/EU store, or from us at a show. Or I actually think Amazon sells them for like triple the price.
Oh my
It's
God.
really
Oh.
weird. Yeah, really strange. Really strange. Also, I think you might be able to just walk into your local record shop even and be like, loses score, and they might be able to order it in. But I don't know. We haven't tried it. I'm a bit too embarrassed to try it.
Oh my
Maybe
Would
God.
it'd
that
weird if
work
I asked
here?
for it.
Would that work here in America or only over there?
I think America. Yeah, I think it would.
Across the
But like,
pond.
that was good. That's a good word.
That was
I-
trained from Downton Abbey or some shit. Yeah.
I'd be worried about walking into a record store and being like, "Hey, can you order in the losing score into Let's Go?" And they type it up and they just see like me on the front cover. And I'm like, I don't know who that guy is.
Who's that
Hey,
fella?
you got to do it. You gotta do it.
Yeah.
So in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through the album?
Thoughtful. Like, just have a listen to the lyrics, think about it a bit. If it resonates with you, then it resonates with you. And if it doesn't, then it's just a fun little song.
Mhm. I like that.
I think sometimes, I don't know what the word would be, but it's nice to. It's not an optimistic album. It's quite pessimistic, but it's nice to have like relatability, which I actually don't think is a real word,
No.
it is.
but
It is. It is.
it's it. You know, when you type relatable on Twitter, it comes up saying it's not a real word. I think we've just
I
made that
think
up.
that's just you
as-
spelling it
Oh.
wrong, to be honest, bro.
Could be. It's only got 2 T's right.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's a joke.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I guess in a weird way, maybe acceptance. Like there's a lot of sort of things, I guess, with mental health, gender, and stuff like that on the album. So it's like, you know, you're valid as a human on this earth. Appreciate yourself, accept yourself, be good about yourself.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Sponsor the
Perfect.
message.
Yeah. So, what is everyone's favorite memory that you guys made while creating this record?
Jack, can you remember?
Who are you guys? That's really hard because I really enjoyed like the whole recording process.
Mhm.
Oh man, I think the highlight has got to be like eating pizza,
Watching-
eating pizza and watching like Auntie Donna just like in the evening. Like we weren't recording, we were just all sat together eating pizza and just chilling out, I think. And another one is like waking up every morning, Brody's still asleep, and then we've got 5 minutes to get ready before the producer comes in. And like Callum shows up and Brody's still in bed.
I think possibly mine would be every time our producer Sam would listen to a riff, he would somehow work the Sweet Child of Mine guitar melody into every single song. And I think we have got like visual proof of videos and stuff like that of him just doing it, just to, I think, infuriate Brody, just to be like, yeah, I can ruin every
Yeah.
single song of yours with this this single riff.
Yeah, there's the bit in Brand New Person, the "Am I Drowning" bit, when it all kind of kicks in again, and it just perfectly boo 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 fits on. It's so annoying, and it sounds so epic as well. I hate it. I hate how good it sounds.
And once you
Right.
hear it, you can't unhear it. It's
Yeah.
like one of those things that just sticks with you forever. So prepare it for it to ruin the song for you when you hear it
I might
eventually.
have to post that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, please.
I was going to mention the same thing with Jack about the just hanging out and stuff, but we we made a few like stupid videos while we were there. We were trying to promote some hoodies we were selling, because we never have any money to do anything, and we were like making these stupid videos, and these two guys are two of the funniest people on earth, and so it was just a lot of fun. And that's a fun little memory of when we were
Aw.
shilling
Yeah.
products from the studio.
And I think the video for Junk Sleep like sums up the sort of shit we get up to together as well, and that's why it was such a like hard hitting video for I think me and Cal to see when Brody finished editing it. We were like, I'm crying now thinking about it, you know.
Yeah.
Love it.
So picture this: you're on tour, you're at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
Mm. Are you gonna say it?
I'm gonna say
You gonna say it?
pot of eggs.
What?
Oh, God
I feel like
damn
you
it.
just made that up.
What in the fucking
No,
UK
th-
shit is that?
This is 100% a thing these guys have done on multiple. Not even just
It
like
started as a joke. It started as
It's-
a joke.
it's not even like it's outside of shows. It's when we're at shows and we're at the merch table, and either these
No.
guys will pop a hard-boiled egg packet
No.
and stink out the entire venue.
No.
I want to establish this by saying Brody started this, right? I thought it was funny at first, so I was like, oh, I'll just get a pot of eggs and it'll make everyone laugh. But no, this is a genuine snack that you can get in
It's good.
Tesco. You could
Lots of
get a
protein.
pot of two. It's called an egg protein pot. I don't know why they don't just call it eggs.
Eggs.
It's
Because
just, it's just two boiled eggs in a pot. And
Two
egg
boiled eggs
protein
in a
pot.
pot. Yeah, two boiled eggs in a pot, and then we just like Brody started eating it on the train to like when we were going places, and I was like, I can't believe you're doing that, and I started doing it
Stinks.
as a joke, and now I'm like, every time I'm there, I'm like, well, the egg's pretty good actually.
They're
I feel like
good.
it's an addiction. This is an egg addiction. You guys need to curb
is.
in.
This
I
is
don't like
fucked
it.
up.
We're not
No.
yoking either. No.
Shut
Um,
up.
but
Get
but
the
like a
fuck
Greg's.
out.
I'm sorry.
Go.
They're thinking how dairy. Oh, this isn't even
Oh,
dairy, is
man.
it? Was it poultry?
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, Greg's as well. Shout out to Greg's. Me and Cal are both vegetarian, so shout out to Greg's supplying the vegan sausage rolls and vegan cheese and bean and sausage melt things. That probably sounds very British as well, but yeah,
Yeah.
they're banging.
You know,
Very.
Mhm.
just learn that Greg's isn't a supermarket. Bears and
Yeah.
Trees also said Greg's is their go-to on tour,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I was
Yeah.
like, do you guys just like stop at a like a
gas
supermarket?
station. No,
Yeah.
a supermarket. Yeah.
And they're like, no, it's like a convenience store. I'm like, what the? All this time,
Mhm.
all 19 years of my
Yeah.
life, and I
Mhm.
just it shattered my world.
That was like
Just
a
one dude
Walmart.
called Greg.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's just one dude called Greg who just has like a big coat and he goes sausage roll.
He's everywhere. He's everywhere. We don't know how, but he's there.
Oh my God. So on the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be and why?
Ooh.
Egg protein.
Don't
No.
say. God
Do not.
damn.
No.
Do not.
Mm-mm.
Even if you guys all agreed on that, I'd still tell you no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's completely fair. I feel like we'd be something like, we're not like doing good for like the pop punk stereotype thing of just like consuming a lot of pizza I don't think that helps, but
Mm.
or maybe like may, maybe like a paella.
Ooh.
I don't know why. I just had one a
Oh.
few months ago, and I was like, just tastes a little bit like the losing score. This tastes like the debut album "Learn to Let This Go" by the losing score. So
I'll take it. Honestly,
like-
that's good. Why
well,
not?
there's a lot to go around. You can share it round. It's a
Mhm.
good, and it
Mhm.
tastes good. And there's a lot of variety. There's a lot of different stuff in there. There's a lot of variety between us, and sometimes I think we're quite nice. So,
Sometimes.
That's good.
and you can share us with your friends
Nice.
Nice. I
on
think
Twitter,
you sold
on
it.
Instagram.
You could also share around the pot of eggs, but
Yeah,
Don't do
yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, only to two people because
Yeah.
there's only 2 eggs in it.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
definitely share the smell around. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to about 500 people.
yeah,
Mm.
that's what I want to go back. You were eating that on the fucking train.
Oh my god.
These guys are relentless. They ate them everywhere. It was in the venue, on the train,
You're
any
stinging
public
up the whole
transport.
train.
Look,
dude.
look.
That
I
is
at
the
Dr.
one
least,
that
Seuss
bothers me.
I at least am selfless enough to wait until I'm like not just in an enclosed space to eat my
People's
eggs.
hero.
Right?
Yeah,
I wait. I bought a pot in Leicester. I didn't open it until I got back home. Like I couldn't do that to people on the train. I wouldn't allow myself. But Brody just pops them
yeah.
open,
No
fucking
shame.
egg in mouth. No,
It was-
no matter like where he is.
It was the hometown show where I was serving merch and I just got a whiff of egg and I turned around and Brody was like hunched over with the pot in his hand with a devilish little grin and I was like, Brody, I hate you.
So
Why have you done
delightfully
this?
devilish is about.
Brody's doing
my
it. He's
love
doing
for
it right
boiled
next to
eggs.
the air vent, so that it gets in the ducts, and then it's just circulating the whole venue.
Ah.
I do it next to the microphone as well, so people get the sound of me eating the
Mm-mm.
egg and the
Mm-mm.
smell of the egg pot.
Fucked up.
Nah.
It's fucked.
This has been derailed so quick.
It has. Ah.
So for the last
Thanks.
couple questions, we're going to shift completely away from music. So if you could be one animal for the rest of your life, what animal would you be and why?
100% a cat. They're the best animal and the only animal. I mean, I've got the blanket there to prove it. I'm a crazy cat person. Love cats. So
Mm.
good.
I respect it. It's good.
Would love to be like a long distance eagle or something. I could just be an eagle. I could just fly fucking anywhere. Like if I could fly over oceans and I could just basically fly around the world,
Mhm.
that's what I would. That's
You're
what I'd
set.
love to be.
I'm kind of with Cal on the whole cat thing, and it doesn't have to be like just a domestic house cat. It could be. There's lots of different types of cats in the wild. Cats, they're free spirited, and they can also just be as lazy as hell. And everyone loves this still. It's cool. They can go outside. I feel like with dogs, it's like dogs have got to wait around for someone to take them out. But cats, they're just like, I'm out of here. I'm going. I'm getting fed by like every neighbor on the street. So and they're free spirited. We love it.
Yeah.
Independent
Love a
little
good cat.
animals.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah, I love a cat.
So if you could have lunch with any celebrity or artist, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
I think I can speak for all of us and say the Queen.
Oh.
Too
You
You
soon.
can absolutely not speak for me. I
Too soon, man. Come
No,
on.
maybe not the Queen. Go ahead, Cal. Go on.
You've put me on the spot, you see.
Queen's not looking like such a bad answer now, is it?
No, it still is. It still is.
I think Dave Grohl for me, maybe.
Hmm.
He seems like every time he plays live or does an interview or anything, he just had so many like fun anecdotes and tidbits and stuff that I feel like you could just talk forever.
Yeah.
And it'd be great. It'd be
That's good.
good.
Oh man, I think the thing is with questions like this, it makes me forget everything I've ever watched, everything, every music I've ever listened to, because there's so many like influential figures I would love to speak to, and then there's just people like like Danny DeVito, who everybody loves. I
him.
would love to just
Mm.
sit and eat a meal maybe some eggs with Danny
Oh.
DeVito.
Yeah, a pot of eggs.
He loves his eggs.
Mm.
Come back to the
Yeah.
eggs again, man. This
He'd
needs to
offer
stop.
Jack an egg in this trying time.
We've come full oval. We've come full oval.
Get out.
Oh no!
Oh,
We can
because
kick
of
people
this
from Zoom
trying
meetings.
time.
I think just off the basis of just because I saw her recently, probably Claro. I feel like she's probably got
Oh.
some nice chat, very
I love
wholesome
Clara.
chat, something like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Got an answer, Jack, or is it Danny DeVito?
Oh man, yeah. I think Danny DeVito or like Jeff Rosenstock.
That's
That's
good.
good.
Yeah.
So for this last question, boom, you're on a desert island. You can bring one movie, one album, and one person. Who and what are you bringing?
This is gonna destroy Jack. I can already see like the cogs turning. Jesus Christ. Maybe for album. Sorry, maybe for album, Cosmic Thrill Seekers. Maybe.
Anger.
I just
Mhm.
love that album so much.
Mhm.
Either that or Worry by Jeff Rosenstock. I think those two albums are like right up there. For movie, oh my god.
I have posters if that inspires you.
I mean, yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once would be good because it's just there's so much happening that might
Mhm.
help. But
It's insane.
yeah, either that. Yeah, I guess either that film or like, trying to think of something super long, that you could just like watch a bunch. Like the Batman, not the Batman. I don't know. Maybe like
Lord of
Hot
the Rings.
Fuzz or something.
Hot
okay,
Fuzz.
yeah.
Isn't that like an hour and a half?
Yeah, but it's banging. It's one of the
It
best
is.
films ever made.
It is honestly one of the best movies. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's good.
yeah.
I
And a
think
person, Brody.
Oh, person. Oh,
Mhm. Anyone.
Anyone. Oh,
Mhm.
Jesus.
For $5, name anyone.
I would maybe I've been watching Lost recently, and I just every time Hurley's on screen, I'm just happy.
Mhm.
I got one episode left to watch, so no spoilers, please. But maybe Hurley from Lost. He's
Okay.
great. I feel like he would just keep me happy all the time.
Nice.
Perfect.
Probably should have said my girlfriend. Oh shit,
Hope she's not watching.
my girlfriend
Hmm.
or Hurley.
I think for me it'd be like my album I would take would maybe be Color Me in Kindness by Basement. Just all around great album. I could listen to that for like as long as I'm on the island for, I guess. For the person, I think I would probably go with like The Rock. I feel like it would keep me safe from any
He would be a
any
rock.
bad things. Yeah.
Ah,
He'd be The Rock, And any film The Rock is in, he ends up saving the day or getting
He
people
does.
safe. So I
Mhm.
think he would do the same for me.
Mhm.
That's fair.
Yeah. And for the film, I think it's got to be like, Super Bad or Inglorious Bastards. They're like two of my favorite films. So,
Good.
I have a McLovin card.
oh my
on
God.
Side table.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
part of me
Um,
was thinking for a minute Booksmart, which is basically just like this generation's version of Superbad. Have we
Hmm.
seen Booksmart? Jack, have you seen it? So good. That's
Mhm.
a fantastic film. So that'd be up there.
Nice.
I mean, I'll cop out and say for the film Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Banger.
Rewatching it recently was like, yeah, that's guaranteed like film of the decade. Absolutely,
yeah.
10 out of 10. Album, I would probably say, is it Somewhere City? I just had a brain fart.
Yeah.
Like Archangel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was listening to that on the train back from our Leicester show, and I was just like, wow, this album's just genuinely incredible. Just hit after hit after hit.
It is.
And then
It's immaculate.
it loops. It's incredible. It's never
Mhm.
ending. And probably person probably Danny DeVito. I mean, we've got to bring him.
Okay.
We've got to bring him. Again, apologies to my girlfriend as well,
Hope she's not
But
watching.
if Danny DeVito's there, he's got a toe knife, he's got an egg, you sorted,
Mhm.
it's fine. all
Man,
good.
you're all good. Oh, not the knife. Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's,
Ugh. Christ.
So as I said, that's all the questions you have today. Is there anything that you guys would like to plug?
we
I
released
wanna-
anything recently?
I want to plug. I want to plug you guys. Such an amazing job.
Ah,
No, not you. Not you two.
yeah.
Good Noise Podcast.
That's
Thank
why I
you.
said ah.
Yeah. I thought you were. You thought I was talking about you.
Yeah,
don't
I
wanna
thought-
plug you.
thought that too.
It's not sappy time for
No.
you, Brody.
But I do want to plug Good Noise Podcast because you're so lovely, both of you. You do an amazing job, and like I think you're really getting out there, and I'm like just in awe of the like endless amounts of progress that you two make, and like you're putting on the fests and stuff. Like we're always happy to be asked to play for like the Good Noise Podcast fests. So yeah, thanks to
Appreciate
you
it.
guys.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, shout
Thank
out.
you.
I saw you did an episode with Henry from Boston Manor the other day. I was like,
Oh my God.
what?
That
That
has
was cool. I
been
listened.
a long time
Finally.
coming. We
Oh
have
my
wanted
God.
that band on here
Since
for
Glue.
yeah,
Yeah.
a very long
Damn,
time.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
an hour. Like it's like a year and a half, right? Was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Jesus, oh my god. Yeah, yeah, that was cool. Yeah, but yeah, as Jack said, you guys killing it. Thanks for always having us on like the fest and stuff. I guess I will shout out a little album
Yeah.
Nice.
we have called "Learn to Let This Go."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll come play it live for you or something at some point.
Oh yeah.
Would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
follow us on anything. We're at the Losing Score and everything, I think. So
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Boom.
Well, thank you for now. This guy's been the Losing Score, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.